But if I lay down and I play dead and I stay dead, maybe you'll get sick of being the most.
You're listening to the Breadwinner Energy podcast with your host, Tay Daniels. Tay started her business 10 years ago with $100, wrecked credit at 7 months pregnant. Today, she scaled 2 multi-six-figure businesses and runs a global empire helping Black sheep women turn their ashes into intellectual property and their wounds into wealth. Tune in every week for raw, unedited episodes on becoming a wealthy woman, thought leader, and empire builder. Learn how lived experience becomes power, purpose, and your wealth empire. Welcome to Breadwinner Energy. Let's fucking go.
Welcome back to another episode of the Breadwinner Energy podcast. Holy shit. Have things changed? Have things evolved so quickly? I know the last time I dropped an episode, I talked about how I feel like ever since I moved to this new city, my life is just rapidly moving and unfolding at a rate that I just don't even know I don't have words. I don't know how to even explain how fast things are moving in the best way ever. It has been a very, very crazy experience that I am extremely grateful for. And yeah, we're going to talk about it today. So I'm going to give you guys a little quick catch up, and then I'm going to post a replay Q&A from our first licensing call, and I'm going to let you guys hear it. So before I do that, though, I do want to give you guys a little update, a little catch up, what is happening. So I have already talked about how Breadwinner Energy is becoming an institution. It is no longer me coaching, and I'll get to that part. It is no longer me as a business coach, and this has been a long time coming. If you guys have been in my world since 2024, then you know that I went through a massive rebrand that summer, and then that really kicked off a lot of what is unfolding today, which is so wild to look back on those years of like how much I went through, how many tower moments, how many ups and downs, and how many times there were things that just dropped in that I was like, I don't think I meant to business coach. I meant to go in this other direction, and all of the things really pivoted into what is happening now. And I knew in early 2025 that licensing was going to be something that I did. I just did not expect it to be so soon. And this almost feels fated. It feels destiny. It feels like it's totally out of my control. And I'm literally like holding the steering wheel and just I'm along for the ride. And it has been an indescribable feeling. I am so excited to announce this new direction for myself, my business, and every single person in my world. Whether you listen to the podcast, you're in my free community, you're a current client, a past client, a future client, to really be able to build this and to give this opportunity to other women in my life. I am grateful. Like I am so extremely grateful for this manifestation, and I cannot wait to see what happens over the next decade because it's going to be unreal. What I've decided to do is turn my business again into an institution. So it's no longer coaching clients. It's no longer one-to-one coaching, group coaching. It is fully an institution that I'm building and offering women to be a part of, offering women a licensing deal where you get to license my intellectual property. You get to license my brand, my trademarks, my methodologies. You get to use them within your business however you see fit, while also giving women the opportunity to have a platform to be seen. So you not only get to be listed on our public directory on our website for other people to find you and hire you, you also get to be featured in our podcast, featured on our social platforms. There will be opportunities inside of the alumni mastermind group that you get to build with other women, collaborate, work together, hire each other, affiliate, market together, whatever that looks like, so that you not only grow your business faster, but I've also taken a lot of the things that I've seen hold women back from building bigger businesses, right? So intellectual property, trademarking costs time, it costs money. And then you also have to make a decision on what that is, right? Having more opportunities, a room of more opportunities, a room to be put on a platform for marketing, a room where you have opportunities to meet new people, to build rooms together, to share your resources within the room, to be a guest in the room, to coach others in the room. I feel like this is just an opportunity that whenever I talk about it, it makes me want to cry. It gives me this overwhelming emotions of just like I really, really wished for a long time that somebody would just see me. There was a long time in my business that I had always said, like, if someone just saw me and gave me the opportunity, then I know that I could create massive success because I know I'm meant for success. It just feels really hard to like not have all the pieces and not have the mentorship or the connections or the community or the things that you need to create wealth, right? And so I spent the last 10 years figuring it out as a virtual assistant, as an online business manager, as an agency owner, as a coach for service providers, as a one-to-one coach, as a consultant, as a group coach, as a coach for coaches. Like I have spent 10 years digging in to figure it out, to build connections, to meet people, to learn the legal sides of things, to go through a literal legal case. Like I have gone through so much in business to not only figure out business, but to give opportunities and resources to other women. And I am just extremely grateful for the process and the journey that I went through and the resources and the collaborations and the people that I've met along the way where now I can give back to other women. Because the point of Breadwinner Energy is not so that I'm just, a breadwinning woman. It is so much bigger than that. It is women truly having the resources to create wealth and success. And I genuinely believe that if women had the rooms, the connections, and the mentorship to be able to create this for themselves, more women would have more wealth. More women would own more land. More women would have more choices, more freedoms, more opportunities, which would build the matriarchy, which would change a major pivotal change in our society, not only for us and the communities around us, but for the generations to come after us. And that is why I built Breadwinner Energy. And that is why this movement, this licensing is so much bigger than me. It is how can I truly give women a platform, an opportunity? How can I make it easier for you to build a business? How can I make it easier for you to get seen with the magic and the things that you have? While also, how can you take what you know, your resources and your magic and your gifts and spread those as well? And the more women come together and resource off each other and work together to give more opportunities to communities around us and the lineages after us, we will 1000% change the world. And it makes me really, really excited. So, Breadwinner Energy licensing and leadership institution is being built. Will have my personal Instagram where I show you behind the scenes and I share my life, and it will be, more of my personal brand. But moving forward, there's this. There's the licensing and the leadership alumni. You build your empire under our infrastructure with other women who are healing generations. We're building empires together. So our daughters, granddaughters, and every single lineage that comes after us never has to worry again, never has to figure it out on their own, right? We're doing this together, and it makes me really excited. And so I'm going to share with you the replay. I hosted a live call last Thursday and I gave the breakdown. If you want to see the true video with the slides, you can either come to the Free Fire Pit or you can watch it on my YouTube channel. But if you just want to listen along, keep listening to this podcast where I'm going to drop in that episode where I shared what this is and what the process is and who it's for and who it's not for, how to get started. Our very first class will be April 6th. We're literally enrolling right now. We have 2 private enrollments. We just closed private enrollment 1. We'll have another live Q&A call on Thursday. What is the date of that? Let me make sure I get the right dates for you guys. So there'll be another private Q&A call on the 19th, and that will be at, no, that is not right. The 12th. Sorry. We have a live Q&A call on the 12th at 3 p.m. CST, 4 p.m. EST. So if you are on my email list or in my Free Fire Pit, you will get access to that call. you must come live in order to get private invite. Private invites get a further discounted rate. If you don't join during that call, the 24 hours after that call, then you can join the wait list. I'll link that all below. And if you're on the wait list, we're going to open up applications February 17th through the 28th. You have to apply, wait, get approved. If you're approved, you have 48 hours to lock in your spot. We are only opening 15 spots this round for the founding mothers. So you will hear all about the founding mothers and you will hear about what the founding mothers are getting. We already have 2 enrolled. So there's 13 spots left to be a founding mother. If you enroll during waitlist, you will also get a discount. It will not be as much as private invite, but you will get a discount. You will get the founding mother bonuses. And if you don't join during waitlist only, you will have to join in March. It will be a full price of 10K, and we will kick off April 6th. You do have to go through a 4-month certification process to obtain your license. This makes sure that you know how to use your license. We go through how to be a thought leader, right? Because if I'm putting my brand on the line, I am allowing you to use my name, my trademarks. I want to make sure that you're going to uphold it correctly. I want to make sure that you are equipped to do that. So we're going to talk about, thought leadership, how to show up online, how to uphold the brand, your license, like all of that. It's a 4-month process. Then you will get your license and you will move into the alumni mastermind. That's where we'll put you on the directory. That's where all the fun happens. Masterminding calls, working together. We have guest experts coming in to talk about business and empire building and growth and leadership and all aspects of being wealthy AF. And so we are enrolling our first ever class of our institution. And I will tell you right now, if you are like one of my ride or dies, and I know some of you, right? 2 of you who have already joined are like my ride or dies, and you want to watch something grow in real time with someone doing something very different than the rest of the industry, I would get in as a founding mother because you're going to not only get like the best discount, right? You're also going to get benefits. So all of our founding mothers get to live on the first page of the directory forever. As long as they're a license holder, they get to be first page of the directory, which is huge, right? Because when someone comes to the directory, they're looking who to hire. Bam, there you are, first page. So I think that's a huge benefit. Plus, are the first to like get opportunities, and we will be consulting with those women first before the rest of the group. But also, right? Getting in on something that's new can be a risk, but honestly, being an entrepreneur is a risk. Building your business alone is a risk. And so if you're finally ready to not only become wealthy, but you're ready to build with other women, you're ready to have built-in friendships, JV partners, business partners, growth partners, this is the space. We do require, after your licensing certification, that every single year you have to pay a licensing fee. So the licensing fee is $3,333. That allows you to stay on the directory, you're in the alumni mastermind, plus you hold your license. You will not find another mastermind plus all of the other benefits of licensing our business, our name, our trademarks, our methodologies. You get to teach them, you get to use them, you get to market them and make money under them by using them in your own work, but also being a part of an alumni mastermind where we talk about high level business while also having massive amounts of opportunities to be seen, the directory, our socials, our platforms, etc. You will never find that at a $3,000 a year price. It literally doesn't exist, as well as what I'm building doesn't really exist either. So if that excites you, keep listening. You're going to hear the replay and get on the wait list so that you can be one of the first 15 founding mothers. And as always, thank you guys for being here. I can't wait to hear what you guys think. Come over to Instagram, literally come to Instagram and tell me at it's Tay Daniels _LLC. Tell me what you think. Tell me your thoughts. Tell me if you're joining. Ask your questions, and we'll chat on the next episode. So, Breadwinner Energy is my brand. It's my company, and I have created something called License in Leadership, the Institution. And so, we're going to talk today about what this is. I'm going to tell you about it and who it's for, who it's not for, what my process is, the numbers, our founding mothers, and then we'll do a Q&A. Okay. Breadwinner Energy headquarters is what I'm building, our institution, something bigger than me, something bigger than you, right? And it's not just, again, you coming in to learn from me. That is not what this is. It is where you're going to build your empire or your ideas or your extension of either your current business or something you would like to build with other women under our infrastructure. We're going to be doing it together. And I'm going to dive in today to what that is. Okay. So let me tell you about the brand first, because of course I have to, because why would you want to be a part of something that you know nothing about, as well as why did I decide to do this after 10 years of business? So the future is women. The future is women who make money. The future is women who make money, who own land, who are changing the world. I genuinely believe that now more than ever, it is time for women to be in charge of the world. And the goal of Breadwinner Energy is the future of women in wealth. And I can't do it alone. I spent the last 10 years doing it alone for not only myself, but then coaching women to adopt this methodology, to adopt being a breadwinning woman. But I realized that we are a lot more powerful when we build things together. When we as women come together and share resources and share knowledge and information, and we're able to actually build things together. If we put 20 women in a room with all different types of magic or all different types of services, right? Or knowings, every single woman in that room is going to know one or two or three, 5, 10, 20 other women who do something else. And that is how impact grows, not only in our industry, but that's how it grows around the world. Right. And so, what I would love to do today is to not just tell you what I'm building, but to invite you to be a part of something bigger, bigger than me, bigger than you, bigger than the industry, but truly changing the future of women, women and wealth, something that outlives me, a legacy that outlives us. 8 years ago, I had been in business 2 years, and I promised myself on my daughter's bathroom floor that I would never, ever, ever be in a situation again where I couldn't leave. I was in an abusive relationship with an alcoholic. He was mentally, physically, emotionally abusive, and I didn't have money. And I said, from that moment on, I will never put myself back in this place. I will be the breadwinner and I will have my own money. I also realized over being 5+ years in the coaching industry, 5+ years in the service-based industry, that it was very clear who made it in our industry, who became popular, who became successful and made a lot of money here. And one of those things was women who were in certain rooms. I went through a certification a long time ago, and while I really liked it, you could tell that there were people in the room that were given a platform to be able to create success. For a long time, that really bothered me, right? It was like women who came in with money or women who had a leg up or were given some kind of platform or creating success. But there's a lot of other women out here that aren't seeing this amount of success, but are really good at what they do. And I think that if they had the platform and the resources and the knowledge, that they would easily be highly successful. Last year, 2025, I did my first ever JV partnership, a joint venture. Me and another business owner came together to create a podcast and create a coaching program together. So, you're your own businesses, but then you guys are working together. And that was not only the most fun I've had in business, but I realized this is how we like change things. The more we lean on each other's resources, the more we lean on each other, the more we have each other, the easier it is to build. Since then, her and I have our own mini mind, our own Voxer chat, and it's easy to be able to just shoot ideas back and forth, to have support in life, in business, to have, hey, I know someone who does something, or hey, this is my bookkeeper, you said you needed one. And having that of like a co-signed stamp on who to work with and resources to use is the leverage that women need to create success. I got tired of watching women not have connections and resources and the things they needed. Then when others were given a platform and some others, I don't want to say weren't deserving, but they aren't utilizing that platform for a bigger amount of success or a bigger amount of change. And I hope to do that. Okay. So I decided that I would love to build a room, an institution to give women a platform, to give women connections to each other, to give women what they need to create success, right? By putting them all in the room together. And that was why I decided early in 2025 that I wanted to do licensing. In it was like a pipe dream in early 2025. It's just like something that I was like, I think I could do this or I want to do this. And over the year of 2025, it got more clear that like, wow, this is really my direction. I was given lots and lots of nudges. And my grandmother passed away last fall, and she was the matriarchy of our family. She ran the ship of all ships, and she was always very connected and sensitive, and she raised me like a second mom. And I met, because I am spiritual, with my psychic shortly after, and she made it very clear that my grandmother is wanting to run the show. And while I thought that this was just going to be a pipe dream for a later thing, I think that she decided now is the time. So 2026, I decided we're doing this, and here we are. Licensing legal team was like, okay, let's go. We're ready. So, what is this room? This is an energy exchange. This is elevation. This is high power personal brands and women in business all working together. And you will license under Breadwinner Energy. So, we will give you our intellectual property, our name, our trademarks, my knowledge, the resources that I have. But also, we will be in a room of other women doing the same thing, sharing resources, knowledge, support to one another, plus giving you a platform to utilize in order to get your name, your business, your skills out into the world, as well as to each other in our group. So this is a legally backed leadership institution. It's not a course, not a certification, and we'll talk about that because a lot of you are going to be like, but you're going to tell us we have to certify. It's not being me. It's not being a copy of me. It's not doing what I'm doing, right? It's not just like a sisterhood healing circle, coaching container. It's not an MLM. You don't have an upline, downline, and sell people into it. It's nothing that the industry is doing. It is you building with other women, with Breadwinner Energy. And also, you get to decide what you build, whether it's dinner parties, whether it's photography, whether it's web design, whether it's services. It doesn't matter what you decide to build under the brand. It is yours. You keep 100% of your revenue. We don't take a revenue share because you're buying in your licensing fee to license our name, to license our intellectual property. For some of you, you will name yourself Breadwinner Energy, whatever, or you will just uphold the mission, vision, and values, even if you don't use the name. For some of you, you will use our actual intellectual property, right? So the methodologies that I teach, if you want to use them, you get to. Do you have to? No, you get to build whatever it is that is creative to you. So for some of you, you could pivot your business and use this as a pivot. For some of you, you could just do an add-on of like, this is something I've always wanted to do, and you get to do that. For some of you, you just take what you've already built and you put it on a platform to elevate it, to expand it, to get more eyes on you. You get to decide, and we will be there to help you decide. Before we get into the nitty-gritty details, though, I want to share this is very personal to me because of not only my Native American lineage, not only my family, but the life that I've gone through, right? My intellectual property, Ashes to Empire, is to help women take whatever ashes they've been through of life, whatever curses they've been through, and turn it into an empire, turn it into intellectual property, turn it into something that not only changes your life, but all of the generations after you. I think that the women that have come before every single one of you, they tried to break the curses, right? Maybe, or they just passed them down to you, unfortunately. But you are a curse breaker. You're different. Maybe you decided you're not going to live in silence. You're not going to be an alcoholic or a drug addict, or you're not going to live through trauma and pass that down, or the abuse, or the toxic men that you stay with, or poverty. You've decided that it ends with you. You're changing the story of your lineage, and that's what I want to do together. I promised myself this morning I would not cry on this call, so I'm trying to get it together, but this is very important to me because I have lived through these things in my own life and I made that decision that my daughters would never, ever live through this. And whether you're a mom or not doesn't matter, right? Whether you have daughters or not doesn't even matter. It's you as a woman, it's your clients, it's your community, it's your friends, it's the other women you come across, and every lineage that comes after you, whether you've adopted, whether you've birthed, or whether you just have dogs, it doesn't matter, right? The point is that you're changing the world for women as a whole. That is our mission. And if that is a mission to you, that you want to be a part of something bigger that changes women who have access to money and resources, that changes that if women have access to knowledge, support, mentorship, resources, not only can they change their entire life, but that will heal the collective. That will change the collective. And that is our mission. Okay. So, who are we looking for? How do you know this is the space for you? Who are you going to be surrounded by? And how do you know that this is the space that you should really be in, right? Number one, you've already decided that you're going to change your life. You've already decided you're going to be a woman that makes a lot of money. Build an empire, build something. You've decided that you want to be rich. You don't want to build alone anymore. You truly
see if you had the connections and the resources in the room with other high powerful women having these conversations and building under the same ideologies, that you know that that would be a room that you would want to be in. Because let's be honest, building businesses by yourself is exhausting. It's not that fun, really. And after I did that JV partnership, I was like, oh my God, every woman should experience like a business bestie or group of besties, whether you go live together, you do JV partnerships together, whether you just refer each other, the more connections you have, the more fun it is and the more money you make, right? You want power and generational wealth. You don't want to be in rooms that are just warm, fuzzy feelings anymore. You've done that, you're past it. You're like, we need to be having deeper conversations and bigger conversations about the future, and not just like the coaching industry or even the online business industry. It's like, are we going to change the world? Because the world is on fire, and I think it's time for the patriarchy to hang that shit up. Okay, you see what's possible by building together. You see how this could be something that would change your life. Okay, you consider yourself a wealthy woman, a high power woman, or an iconic woman. Whether you have seen that in the world or not, outside of you, inside, you feel like, yeah, I have it. I'm a bad bitch. I am out here ready to do big things and be surrounded by brands that also are. Okay. You execute without hand holding. You don't need someone to tell you what to do, when to do it. You're like, if I have the room, I'm here to make connections. We're going to go do that together. I have the room, I have the resources. I'm going to take that and I'm going to utilize it. And you are done focused on healing right now. If you're still in a place of deep death and rebirth and healing, and you're really focused on your inner world, I love that for you. Academy is the place, but this will not be the place, because this place is about building, doing, expanding empire. It's like you're really ready to do the thing and to put it out in the world. You're no longer just thinking about big ideas. You're no longer focused on who you're becoming. You know who you are and you're ready to change your life. Okay. But this will not really be the room for you if you're still asking the world for permission to be iconic, to own your own identity of being wealthy or a high power woman or a breadwinner woman. If you think that this brand will do everything for you and that you will not have to put in any effort, this will not be a fit for you. This is collaborative effort. You must be ready to collaborate, to put yourself out there, to show your face, to talk, to take up space in the rooms. That will be required, okay? If your energy is victim energy, right? Even if you don't really mean to, but you still think that the world is out to get you and everything is bad and you can't see the good in the world, Academy will be for you. Okay. If you need someone to hold your hand, and I don't mean like, right, having people around you to like do things with because it's fun and you enjoy it, yes. But if you cannot be self-led, won't be the room. If you're not committed long term, and we'll talk about why that's really important here later. But if you're not committed to long term, it won't be the space for you either, because the more we grow the institution, the bigger it gets, the more women we put in the room, the bigger the spaces, the more opportunities that we are able to hold, and the more bodies that are in the room, the more opportunities that you have, right? So obviously, I'm looking for 15 founding members for round one, but then every round after that compounds. If you're not ready for bigger investments, to be in a bigger room around bigger conversations and bigger commitments to do big shit, this won't be for you, okay? And if those are any of you, if any of those things are you, right, you're in heavy healing, death, and rebirth, you should be in Academy. Now, here's the number one non-negotiable, is that you don't want to be in the room just to leverage our room. You genuinely want to co-create and co-collaborate, not just with me, but with other women in the room. This is what I am envisioning makes this room so much different than being in communities or Facebook groups or spaces that say collaboration, but really a lot of people are just out for themselves and what you can do for them and how it can grow their business, right? That's not the goal. The goal of the room is, let's say someone's like, hey, I really want to book a photo shoot. This is my vibe. Hey, do you know the best brand designer? Do you know the best photographer? Hey, I'm going through a divorce. Do you know a good attorney? I'm trademarking, attorney, whatever that is, that everyone in the room knows someone and they're co-signing off on that person. Or, hey, I really want to launch this thing, but I want to do it with someone. I want to host a retreat. Is there anyone else in the room that would like to host a retreat? I want to go live with someone. Like, you're finding people where you guys share common interests. You share the same audience, and you're genuinely and truly working together. And maybe you create friendships from this. Maybe you create your own little groups together from this. But the point is that it is a co-collaboration on all fronts because you want to build with other people. Okay, what are the 3 steps? How does it work? What's included? All the things. Number 1 is certification. This is not a certification that you would think like it's not like certified to be a coach, okay? Certification is 4 months where you go through the process of us like giving you our license to use Breadwinner Energy, to use our intellectual property, to use our IP, all of our things, right? We will talk in there about thought leadership and being a thought leader, because if I'm handing you a license to use Breadwinner Energy and you go out in the world and use Breadwinner Energy, I need to know that you're going to do legally the right thing and you're not going to put things on the internet that could hurt the brand. Now, we are very flexible, right? Like I cuss. I am not like a buttoned up professional, but there will be some lines that I will ask people to be mindful of, not to cross, right? Obviously, don't be a hateful person. Don't be hateful on the internet, right? So 4 months just so that we can make sure that you fully know how to use the intellectual property, you understand the brand, the mission, and the vision that you are also upholding so that we can co-stamp, say, hey, this is the person that we want, to hire, or that we are saying, yes, hire this person. Once you've done that, you go into the directory that lives live on our website. So let's say that people who are not yet in the world, in our group, out in the world, say, hey, I'm coming to Breadwinner Energy because I'm looking for women who not only uphold this mission, but hey, I'm looking for this type of business or this type of business. They come to the directory, they find you, right? Or if they're in the group, they can use the directory. It's a place to be seen, it's a place to be hired, it's a place to co-collaborate. And then the third thing is alumni mastermind. So you will get access after you get your license to be in an alumni mastermind group. There will be 2 monthly calls and plus guest experts. So that would include 3 calls and access to Academy, which is 2 additional calls. The mastermind is a place to mastermind. It's a place to collaborate, find your JV partners, have guest experts come in to talk about bigger things in business and life, wealth, money, building things. It's also a place for hiring opportunities from us as well as everyone else in the room. And as long as you renew your license every year, you get access to being in the directory, the alumni mastermind, the benefits. We have future plans for our alumni mastermind, like Red Table, and bringing in top earners in the room to sit at a red table together on a podcast to have bigger conversations. Okay. What's included? What do you get? Number 1 is the infrastructure. You get licensed to use Breadwinner Energy. Breadwinner Energy, the name, the trademark. It's legally protected. You get our methodologies. You get to use them if you choose. You are not required to use them. You get to, right? Number 2 is visibility, because you are on the directory. We will be showcasing different women in the group. So my goal is to put you out into the world and say, look at all these other women who are upholding Breadwinner Energy. Look at what they're creating. Look what they're doing. They're having dinner parties. You should go. They have these kind of services. If this is what you need, this is the person to hire. We put you on our podcast. We put you on our social channels. Room visibility. So we're going to be showcasing women in the room. You want to showcase your work, you apply to be one of the experts, and you get to host a room where other women from our group come in and listen to you about what you're good at, right? Like that's the magic, is sharing your magic with everyone else. Guest expert opportunities, hiring opportunities, visibility in the room and outside of the room. Number 3, collaboration opportunities. Obviously, JV partnerships and partnering together is what we will push. Is it required that you have to collaborate with other people in the room? No, but that's literally the benefit, right? Is to collaborate with other people, as well as affiliate opportunities. So you can get your own affiliate link if you wish. Tell people about what I have, and if they join, you make money. But also, if you have an affiliate program, you can ask the other women in the room if they would like to be a part of it, share your link, refer you, and then they get paid and you get new clients. Hired by us. We will be looking for Academy facilitators as well as certification facilitators, and we will be hiring directly out of our group. Community and coaching. So obviously masterminding with other women, and the goal is that you're making money, wealth, right? It's not just like you're getting by anymore. It's like we're having conversations about 10K months, 20K months, 100K months, and how you are actually leveraging the room to be able to build that. Strategy calls with me, strategy calls with guest experts, not only guest experts from in the room, but we are also already have our guest experts, some of them lined up for when you guys kick off Alumni Mastermind in the fall. And a room you never have to leave, because as long as you're a license holder, you get the room. Um, what was I going to tell you guys? There was something I was going to tell you about. Oh, also, if you join this first round, you get your license in July. So you start in April, you get your license in July. We start the Alumni Mastermind in August. So from August until January, you have just us, the founding mothers, like founding fathers, you get it? Because I'm a nerd. The founding mothers and I, plus our guest experts, we will be in a small mastermind room. So you really get to leverage, obviously, getting supported by me while I'm getting the second class certified and in there. So that's also a benefit of joining early. Okay, let's talk about numbers. What's included? How much does it cost? Because let's be honest, that's the most important part of today. Okay, you get Academy included, which is a $2,000 program. That program is all about identity. I include it because every single level, no matter how advanced you are, you have to up level your identity. So if you just need to jump into that room for additional identity work, it's there. If you're having identity struggles at all, I will ask you to take time to be in Academy and then come back to mastermind calls to focus on business. Okay, that will be a very clear split. The certification process to get licensed, to be able to use our license, the Alumni Mastermind and the directory, a $26,000 value. But if you're approved today and decide today to apply and join within 24 hours, it's $7,777 or 12 monthly payments of $677. If you don't do that and you just say, I need to wait until maybe waitlist application process, February 17th through the 28th, the price goes to $8,888. And if you wait and don't start and join until March, then it's a $10,000 investment. The future rounds will be a $10,000 investment plus. However, you do have to hold your license. So every single year, January 15th, you will be required to pay $3,333 to hold your license, be listed in the directory, as well as to be in the Alumni Mastermind. You are not going to find an Alumni Mastermind plus getting a license plus being in the directory for $3,000 a year. Like that, every high level mastermind in our industry, you're looking at $8,000 to $10,000 a year minimum. We're asking you $3,000. We will split your licensing fee into two payments. So when you apply, you just put if you want to just do your January 15th payment or a January February split. If you decide though that you're like, hey, I've been in licensing a couple years and I'm really ready to go out on my own, or this isn't the room for me anymore, you give us a 30-day notice to that payment that comes out January 15th, and then you don't renew. You do not have to renew. We do not force you to stay in licensing. But for some of you that are like, I want to grow here, I want to grow in this room and grow with other women, right? And our goal is to give massive amounts of opportunity to every person in the room. $3,000 a year to hold that is not, hopefully, doesn't kill anyone. Okay. Okay. This is the space for you. If you're tired of building alone, you want to build power. You want more visibility, more opportunities, but you really want to find a room where it feels like you actually fit in and you're having the conversations you want to have. Okay. So will you become a founding member? Will you become a founding member? Oh, sorry, I forgot to tell you. If you're a founding member, which is 15 spots, we have bonuses for those of you who do. So you get first page directory. You will forever live on the first page of our directory. So that's a big, huge benefit because when people come to the directory, the 15 founding members hold the first page forever. So the bigger we get, the more people we add, you get first page. You also get first pick at affiliate opportunities. Like hiring. So we will consult with the 15 founding members first, and then it goes to everyone else. You will remain a founder for as long as you're a part of this. It won't change. And also, I am putting a founder member wall behind me, which will have images of all of your faces. Now, if people decide that they feel like they don't want their face on my founder wall where people can see them in every call, I will use this wall where no one can see you on my calls, and I will send the wall to you guys as an image. You get to be a founding mother on my wall. So that's just fun. Okay, let's do some Q&A and then we'll just open the floor to chat, okay? Can I leave anytime? Yes. Like I said, if you decide December 15th at any point that you don't want to renew your license for the following year, you just say, I'm not going to renew. You will be removed from the directory. You will also be removed from the alumni mastermind room, and you will no longer have your license, meaning you cannot use our frameworks. You cannot use our trademarked intellectual property from that point on, because legally you don't have access to use it without a license. Refunds. There are no refunds. What is my commitment to this? And will I stick around? Yes, I will be sticking around. I have no plan. It has never crossed my mind to sell this business. My goal is to build something that I can pass on to my children and that they can run if they choose to. I will not be selling out. I will not be building it to leave it. Can I promise that I will be on every single call? No, because the goal is that I hire people in the room to help run certification calls in the future, but I will be in the alumni mastermind and I will be doing live events with Academy. What if you pivot or change directions? Will this still exist? So, will there be changes? Yes and no. So, the mission, the vision of the infrastructure of this institution of Breadwinner Energy is not changing. This is everything that my little heart has known is coming for me. Will we add things on though inside of it? 100%. The red table, bigger opportunities for the room. My daughter was like, "Are you guys gonna go and do a TV show?" And I was like, "I'll write it down." But will this thing still exist? Yes. My goal is that this is forever and ever. Okay. I can't promise though that the world won't crash down, but I hope to God it doesn't. And if it does, that we can survive it because we've survived worse at this point. Okay. What if someone else in the room does what I do? Then you should collaborate with that person, right? We are not doing non-competes. So my goal, hopefully, and you guys agree, is that you would want to collaborate with each other because you're not going to be the same, even if you do the same thing. What's the real risk of joining? Here's the thing. I know that there's a big risk to take a leap on something with someone when it hasn't actually been created. Like they're creating it with you in real time, right? But also, being a business owner is risk, right? Building a loan is a risk. Entrepreneurship is a risk, but is this a risk that you're worth taking? Is it like worth taking to you, right? If it doesn't work for you, you just decide that it doesn't work for you and you don't renew. What am I allowed to build here? Literally anything. We have trademarked for products. So if you decide to be a product person and have an Etsy shop, it's allowed. If you literally, there's anything, the only thing you're not allowed to do is certify people because it's a direct competition of what I'm doing. And let's see if there's anything else you're not allowed. We would like you could get it approved. If you're like, I'm not sure if Tay would approve of this, just ask me. But there's almost nothing I'm not willing to approve. People have already asked, can I host in-person retreats? Yes. Can I host like out of country retreats? Yes. Can I host dinner parties? Yes. What if I do services like I do one-to-one services? Yes. Literally, the answer is yes. This is all industries, real estate, lawyers. Like I want every industry in the room because if let's say we're just coaches, like there's only so much we can actually cross give. Where if we have a bookkeeper and a lawyer and a real estate agent and someone that does credit, like we're hitting every industry. We are totally fueling women for every area of what they need, right? Okay, certification. What does it look like? What is the commitment? It is 3 calls a month for 4 months. So April, May, June, July. The last week, there's no calls. It's a 90-minute call once a week. There will be a school room that you enter. There are modules that you'll go through. It's not hefty. It's really understanding the brand, the mission, the vision, legally what you can and can't do, how to be a thought leader and uphold the brand. We'll talk about it on the calls. The last week, you will fill out a form so that I understand that you understand, and I will hand you your license. I'm not asking you to like fully commit to a certification of knowing my story front to back. Like, I don't care, honestly. It's just due diligence. So my legal team says approved. That's all this is. Okay. In the future, it might even be shorter than 4 months, but as of right now, it's a 4-month commitment, 3 calls a month, 90 minutes long, and that is all. Okay. All right. I'm going to stop sharing. If you guys have questions, raise your hand, come on in. And if you would rather just talk one-to-one, I'll put you in the waiting room, pull you in one-to-one, and we'll chat. Okay. Do you have questions? Anything that has come up? Put it in the chat or just unmute. There's like none of us here. Just say what Karina already joined. Karina was like, I'm in.
Well,
Karina,
there's my question answered.
she's in. Karina was like, yeah, I'm in. It's not even a question. Just send me the link.
It wasn't a hard decision at all.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm with you. I'm gonna join.
Yeah.
Yay! Let's go. Kristen's like, no pressure here, Kristen. Also, I've missed you. I've missed you so much.
I know I've missed you guys too. Yeah, thank you.
I miss you too.
I don't know about this yet, if I'm just being honest at the moment. I don't time, money, whatever. I'm just
Yeah,
not sure. But
totally fine. Yeah.
yeah, I'm very curious and I will think about it. And it
Okay.
sounds exciting.
I'm excited. I think too, this is the thing is like, I totally know that this is a different kind of commitment that I'm asking from people, right? Like, this is a commitment of your time, of longevity, of trusting and believing in me and what I'm building, as well as a commitment to wanting to build under someone else's brand, right? And like being really integrating yourself into that. And so I think it's a really cool opportunity, but I also think that you have to know that that's for you, right? That's the direction for you, right? And I have no hard feelings if it's not, but also I want to gift an opportunity to women that like I really wish I had. And I also want like it to be bigger than just this. It's like how do we change the world? How do we change women? How do we give women resources? One of the things that came up for me was like when I was going through an abusive relationship, the one thing that I had wished I had access to was like a company that helps you move out, that like comes in, helps you like gather all your things, move to a safe place, and like an actual infrastructure where they help you go through that so you're not alone because doing all of those pieces, let alone financing them, right? But like having those resources is really hard. But when you build a place like this, like that is the goal. It's like how can we come up with creative opportunities to give to women or to resource women and while also becoming the breadwinner of our own life and helping other people do that, right? Yes, Karina, you have a question.
Okay, so I got everything situated. I guess I was trying to do the onboarding form,
Okay.
and it said that I didn't have access and I needed to request access.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me tell Emily so that she can update that form. Thank you for letting me know.
Yep.
Okay. Anyone else have questions? Oh, let me go through the application process real quick. So what happens is if you applied, like let's say you were like, I'm gonna join today, right? Because I want to secure the bonus price. I would send you the application, you would fill it out. I would give you an immediate answer, and you would have 24 hours to secure your spot by paying and signing your contract. Whether you do a painful, a 5 payment, or a 12 payment, we give you 3 different options, and you would secure your spot. If you apply during waitlist round, February 17th through the 28th, I will open the actual sales page and the application page. Everyone will pour in their applications, and I will be reading every single application to make a decision if it's a yes or no. You will then find out during that period of time if it's a yes or no, and you have 48 hours to pay and lock in your spot because I'm limiting how many people can lock in a founder spot. And also, I'm absolutely saying no to people that are not ready and need to be in the academy first. So if you don't join during that period of waitlist, you'll either get an email that says it's not the right time, please seek Academy, or you are the perfect fit, here's how to move forward and here's what to do. And then you would be in the schoolroom, introduce yourself, pre-work drops in March to get ready for us to start in April, and then we would kick off 3 calls a month. If you join during March, $10,000 investment, you still get the founding member bonuses, but the investment does go up, but you would still be a founding member. And then if you don't join this round, you join a future round, $10,000 minimum for certification. Plus, if you join the next round, you're going to pay your 10K, certify, and immediately turn around and pay your licensing fee in January. All licensing fees will come out January 15th or a split pay January, February. The reason being, I am not chasing down people to pay licensing fees multiple times a year. It's just that every year, January 15th, you pay your licensing fee and you have a whole year in, and that's it. And we call it a day. I will not chase payments. We are working with ThriveCart to get something called Thrive Pay. Thrive Pay is where they finance you so that if you need a financing option, you would be financed through them and there would be no payment plans through us. They have not gotten that fully live. It might be live by March or April. So as of today, it's not live. We do have like Klarna and other Apple Pay, but otherwise, no Thrive Pay just yet. Okay? Anyone else have questions? No, ma'am? Okay. Okay.
No
I do have a
questions, just
question.
ideas.
Okay, Kristen, you have one?
Yeah, so just thinking about this and if we're coming in already with like an established brand and we were
Yes.
to do anything,
Mhm.
how do you imagine people will like marry those brands? Like, are we supposed to stick within your brand guidelines and stuff? Because
Mhm.
like your brand is you and very you, but it's not
Yeah.
me. You know what I
Oh,
mean?
yeah. Such a great question. So here's the thing is, I don't want anyone to be a me, right? That is not the goal. Okay, so the goal is that when you use Breadwinner Energy, number one is that you uphold the mission, the vision, the values. So if you're using the name Breadwinner Energy, right? If you're using any of our intellectual property, you don't have to, it's not required, but if you choose to, we ask that you uphold that mission, vision, value. So if you were to be like, going online on very political rants one way or another and really like cutting people down or really talking bad about women or women that make money, like that would go against what we believe, and so we would have a really hard time being like, yeah, we're going to list you on our directory and think that, you know, people should hire you. You don't have to use Breadwinner Energy at all. You do not have to use our colors. We will give you a little logo that you can put on your website that says that you're a Breadwinner Energy leadership and licensed leader so that you can use that, right? We give you the things to use if you choose. You don't have to change. We're not looking for anyone to change like your website name or your social links. If you want to put in your bio like Breadwinner Energy licensed leader, you can. Do you have to? No, you don't have to do those things. We just ask that you ethically and morally uphold the brand in the best way possible. And there will be some women that fully want to run with the name and the methodologies and the trademark, right? And great, I love that. And then there'll be some women that like, this doesn't make sense to marry this in, but I do want to be on the directory. I do want to be in the room. I do want to co-collaborate, and I do believe in the mission. And I'm glad, like, I would share the mission openly. Great, that's also a perfect fit. That's a great question because I think a lot of people will be like, I'm not like you. Don't be like me. This is an institution. It's about all of you. Our Breadwinner Energy Instagram, social Instagram, is Emily is taking that over to fully be in charge of how do we showcase the women in the room? How do we get other women showcased and get their services out into the world? There will be future conversations that I am not like saying this will happen from day one in the mastermind, but this is the goal is that you guys can host rooms. So there will be high earners in the room that are like, I want to know, can I host a room here once a month, once a quarter? And showcase this or teach this or give back to the room this? And my answer will be yes, because the room is fueled on the women in it, not me coaching and teaching you. While I will do that, that's not what we're like, that's not the goal. The end goal is that you guys are sourcing each other. Cool. Okay. Yeah, so as soon as you would end your licensing in July 31st, you would get licensed. We would immediately roll into Mastermind, and then it would be ongoing from that point. So then when a new licensing class starts, they would license and then they would join alumni too. We wouldn't put them into the Mastermind until they're also fully licensed so that they know what to do or how to do it. Yes, Carmen.
And that would just be included in the licensing fee, right?
Yep, yep.
That's not, yeah.
That's not separate. Yep. So for $3,333 per year, you have mastermind access, directory access. Yes, all of it. License
Being on
plus your
the
license.
mother's wall, the founding mother's wall.
Yes. I can't
There
wait.
you
I'm
go.
so
Something out of my nose.